zijn geen winnaars in een nucleaire oorlog. Er 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 zijn geen winnaars in een nucleaire oorlog.
Il n'y a pas de gagnant dans une guerre nucléaire.
Es gibt keine Sieger in einem Atomkrieg. 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 Es gibt keine Sieger in einem Atomkrieg.
В ядерной войне не будет победителей. В ядерной войне не будет победителей. В ядерной войне не будет победителей. В ядерной войне
Nie ma
не будет
zwycięstwa
победителей. W ядерной войне
Nie ma zwycięstwa
войне
Nessun
Nie
vincitore
ma
nella guerra
zwycięstwa
nucleare. Nessun vincitore nella guerra
Nie ma
nucleare.
zwycięstwa
Nessun vincitore nella guerra nucleare.
Nie ma
Nessun vincitore nella guerra nucleare. 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 Nessun vincitore nella guerra nucleare.
BC that were 12 feet tall. They captured the 25th Infantry with a bag full of rocks. You know? Everybody went after Ho Chi Minh with broken bayonets. These were the baddest dudes I ever saw in my life.
According to a Veterans Administration study, half of the Vietnam combat veterans suffer from what psychiatrists call post-traumatic stress disorder. Many vets complain of alienation, rage, or guilt. Some succumb to suicidal thoughts. This is one legacy of the Vietnam War. They fought the longest war in American history. None of them received a hero's welcome.
residential area.
age of the combat soldier was 26. In Vietnam, he was 19.
He'd been hit right below his eye. The side of his face was blown away. He wasn't falling, he was just standing. And he kind of half turned and fell.
19.
That kid was only 19. That kid was only 19. 19. That kid was only 19. 19. I'm soldier, I done do my job, always do my best, and the lady that kid was only 19.
In Vietnam, the combat soldier typically served a 12-month tour of duty, but was exposed to hostile fire almost every day of his tour. Almost every day of his tour.
British troops are now engaged in the fiercest combat since Korea. British troops are now engaged in the fiercest combat since Korea. British troops are now engaged in the fiercest combat since Korea. British troops are now engaged in the fiercest combat since Korea.
According to a Veterans Administration study, half of the combat veterans suffer from what psychiatrists call post-traumatic stress disorder. Many vets complain of alienation, rage, or guilt. Some succumb to suicidal thoughts.
I wasn't really sure what was going on. You're 18 years old and you're wearing somebody's brains around on your shirt because they got their head blown off right next to you. And that's not supposed to affect you.
Some succumb to suicidal thoughts. Some succumb to suicidal thoughts.
A voice in my head is saying, welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell.
19-year-old soldier shot himself to death with his M16.
Suicidal thoughts.
Shot himself to death.
Suicidal thoughts.
Shot himself to death.
Suicidal thoughts. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Still fighting.
That kid was only 19.
19. 100.
lot of destruction. You see a lot of villages being burned, and you know people are being killed, and you shoot into bushes and you hear screams and you know that people have been hit. That's not supposed to affect you. To see someone get hit with a high velocity steel jacket round.
Welcome to hell, welcome to hell. A voice in my head is saying, welcome to hell, welcome to hell.
Does this all sound too familiar?
This is the story of men who are victims of war. Victims of war.
To die in sin can let the nightmares in. To sleep alone and try to make this world a home. The need to revive the life they stole.
The average age was 19.
Are you my vision? Are you my vision?
This is one legacy of the Vietnam War.
British soldier was killed and 5 others injured after they came under fire in northern Afghanistan.
The heaviest fighting of the past 2 weeks continued today, 25 miles northwest of Saigon.
The average age was 19.
The average age was 19.
History keeps repeating itself. It's self-heating.